everyone! Today we are going to go over how to learn English conversation with 15 unique words that are found in the office. Today I am going to be going over the 15 words and expressions, give a definition of each, and show you some examples. I will also be quizzing you along the way, so be prepared. First, we have circle back. And if somebody says, let's circle back to the issue later, what do you think circle back means based on that sentence? To circle back to something means to catch up later or return to a topic at a later time. You circle back to it. For example, maybe you have an issue with a client and you want to talk to the client and try to solve the issue. Your boss or team lead might tell you the following. After you resolve the issue with the client, can you please circle back to me? Here's another video example.
Well, why don't we circle back and touch base tomorrow?
Next, we have touch base. And when you touch base with someone, it means you make or renew contact with them. It basically means to check in with someone. Maybe you've been working on a big project or you've been away on vacation for a few days. Then a touch base would probably be helpful. An example of this used in a sentence could be, hey, have you touched base with your boss recently? This sentence is implying that you have not spoken to your boss recently. So you might want to talk to them, catch up with them, touch base with them. Next, we have low-hanging fruit. And the first time I heard low-hanging fruit, I was in an entrepreneurship class at my university and I was very confused. So I understand if you were confused as well. But if you think about it, low-hanging fruit is very easy to get. You just grab it, right? So, in business English, low-hanging fruit refers to easily attainable accomplishments. Something that can be obtained with minimal effort. For example, we need to go for the low-hanging fruit on this one for a quick boost of income. Next, we have the helicopter view. And when you think about the view from a helicopter, what do you think of? What comes to mind? Maybe you think of how you can see everything, like an entire city with one view. When we talk about the helicopter view in business English, it's basically like a general description or opinion of a situation or a project rather than a detailed one. For example, her role as a consultant is to take a helicopter view of how the business is managed. Next, we have win-win. And if you think of a win-win situation, what do you think of? Win-win is usually a term to talk about a situation or result that is beneficial or good for everyone involved. For example, both parties should be working on finding a win-win solution. Here's another video example.
Every deal, honestly, should be a win-win.
If you like win-win situations as much as I do, be sure to give this video a thumbs up to let me know. Let's review everything with a quick quiz. What business term goes with this definition? Refers to easily attainable accomplishments. Second, if you just had a talk with your boss about a raise and both of you leave the conversation happy, what's the best term that you can use to describe that? Great job, everyone. If you want to review everything in this video, I made a PDF just for you that's down in the description below. It has all the info that I went over in this video. Let's move on to some more business words. Next, we have synergy, and this is basically just a buzzword meaning teamwork. Your boss might bring up synergy in a work meeting to say that everyone needs to have more teamwork. Another example could be the following sentence. The phone and cable companies are planning on working in synergy so that they will be more popular to buyers. Next, we have ping. And based on this sentence, what do you think the definition of ping is? I'll ping you after my meeting so that we can discuss last month's sales records. Ping is just a fancy word meaning contact. Like, I will contact you, I will ping you. Contact can also be used in business situations, but don't be surprised if you hear ping. This is also just mostly used with colleagues. If you just met somebody from another company, what's most common to say would be, I'll just shoot you an email, or something like that. Next, we have drill down, and this isn't about actually drilling down into something. In work settings, drill down means to get into more detail. For example, when we drill down into that account, we can see that they made a purchase last week. Next, we have scalable or scalability, and this is a very common business term, which means the potential to be enlarged to accommodate that growth. Is a business project scalable? That's a topic that you might discuss at a work meeting. It's important that things are scalable in business so that they can expand, keep growing, and be more successful. For example, the solution is fully scalable for future stores to be added in to the system.
If your revenues are going up and your costs go up too, then your profit isn't as big and therefore you're not as scalable.
Next, we have pivot. And if you've played basketball before, you know that pivot means to turn to one direction. But in business English, it means something slightly different. It means to change direction figuratively. Maybe when it comes to a business project or proposal that did not work out, you'll pivot and work on something new. You'll usually say this when you make a mistake. For example, we're going to need to pivot since our test users did not find our product satisfactory. The best way to learn more of these words and really understand them, in my opinion, is through seeing it used in real life. This is why I genuinely recommend FluentU, because it teaches you English through real-world content. There are many advanced and formal words used in the workplace that I am not going over in this video today. On FluentU though, you can simply type up business English and you can find tons of lessons to study this type of vocabulary with. I personally recommend the lessons Marketing Business English, Getting a Business Off the Ground, and Business Buzzwords. Go check it out with the link that I have in the description for a free trial of FluentU. Next, we have Take It Offline. When you first hear Take It Offline, you might be thinking it implies that you were online, right? But your boss might actually say this to you in a meeting in person. If someone says, let's take it offline, they mean they want to chat about it with you later, not right then. It can also mean that you'll chat in person if you are indeed online. For example, you might bring up something in a work meeting, and your boss might respond by saying, if you'd like to discuss this further, we're going to have to take it offline. Something like that. Next, we have going forward. Going forward simply means from now on or in the future. Just think about going forward into the future from now on. For example, during a meeting, your boss might say the following: going forward, we're going to have more team building exercises in order to improve our synergy. The next word we have is downsizing, and it is a bit of a downer, actually. It's not the happiest word because downsizing means to make a company smaller by eliminating the staff, so by firing people. For example, American manufacturing organizations have been downsizing their factories recently. Next, we have bandwidth, and it is a very interesting sounding word. And it means the time or capacity to do work, particularly work that was not assigned to you. If you have any extra time or bandwidth, you may be asked to take on a task that wasn't originally yours. For example, if you have some bandwidth today, could you take over Amy's financial reports? Next, we have heavy lifting. And when you first hear this phrase, you're probably thinking of people lifting heavy weights in the Olympics or something like that. When this phrase is used in work though, heavy lifting refers to the most difficult aspects of a project. As in, Liam is doing all of the heavy lifting for us. The person doing most of the tasks is the one doing the heavy lifting. Now let's review everything we've learned so far with one more quick quiz. First, let's say something did not go your way that you were planning at work. What word would you most likely use to talk about it? Second, fill in the blank with the right word. Your business idea seems very... It looks like it can keep progressing and expanding. Great work, everyone. Let me know in the comments below how many questions you got right. Now I have a great video for you to check out next. I put together a list of advanced English vocabulary that you'll need for the workplace. It's full of good information and I think that you will really enjoy it, so I'll see you over there.